astronauts describe it as being a very spiritual experience, and some astronauts, it fills them with kind of dread, and they have no idea what the meaning of life is anymore.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too, Mama. Will you be careful out there?
Always.
Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
I'm hooked, but it's going to frustrate viewers because they're going to want to get to the end because there's so many questions when you're watching the episodes, right? Because there's kind of a sort of, well, different things are happening, so you're not sure what is going on, right? You have to play a little bit of a detective.
That's good.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's a bit of it's a kind of puzzle box, I think, but you know, I hope that all the pieces start slotting into place the further you get into it, and I think what we were always really keen to do is to have a very strong and relatable emotional story at the heart of it, that kind of central story about a mother and her daughter kind of searching for one another, and I hope that's fairly relatable and easy to hook onto, and hopefully that is kind of takes you through the mysteries and things.
Right now, I'm curious. This is about astronauts, and it's just not Numi Rapace's character who's having issues. There's like a hint of that other people who have gone into space come back with this sort of a different outlook or different feeling. So did you get that from real life astronauts? Was that inspired? Is that something that they've said that they come back a little different?
Yeah, I mean, there's something called the overview effect, which is what happens to you when you kind of when you're up in space and you look back at the Earth, and you see kind of everything that you've ever known, and everyone you've ever loved just encapsulated in that little blue ball, and it has a profound effect on people, and some astronauts describe it as being a very spiritual experience, and some astronauts, it fills them with kind of dread, and they have no idea what the meaning of life is anymore. But you come back to Earth changed if you've been into space, and some astronauts have been changed more than others, I think, and I wanted to explore what that was like, and whether there was something else behind that change rather than just what takes place in their minds.
Right. And then Michelle, you direct the first few episodes. The first episode is so filled with tension. Like, oh my God, I thought I was like in a movie theater. It has that kind of like, what's going to happen next. And, what was it like for you directing? And Numi is great.
Numi is amazing. She's a force of nature. She is 100% committed both physically and emotionally. I loved working with her. It was exciting. We wanted it to be edge of your seat and what's going to happen. And, she goes into survival mode. She physically had to be in top shape for doing the wire work and all the zero gravity. All the astronauts did. And it was exciting. It was very, very challenging and really thrilling too. It was also very challenging because of the nonlinear nature, and we actually, not a lot of people notice this, but we do cut between realities, or what are potentially two realities, and it's very subtle, but we're planting the Easter eggs for the future, and we set up certain things in the first episode that would pay off later, and you may just think it's an objective angle, and later you're going to find out it's actually somebody's point of view.
Yeah, there's a line they repeated already twice. I'm on episode 4 because I can't stop watching. One particle in 2 different states, and I was like,
Exactly.
right? Like you have to listen. You have to listen.
Very good.
Yeah, well spotted.
So I'm always curious, how do you create zero gravity? So you just on wires essentially, but even like the hand movements, that
It
Not
is
right, because
really
it's a
hard. Everything,
difference.
yeah,
There's
it's really,
no,
really tough. We had a number of different tools that we used. Martin Goers, our special effects and stunt coordinator, created a rig on the roof of the studio, or on the ceiling of the stage, that allowed us to have wires hang the actors, and they go backwards and forwards and left and right in the same movement. So that gives a lot of flexibility. We had a number of different camera rigs that we used. Steadicam and the Ronin 4D, and we flew a drone through the ISS. We wanted a certain amount of float, obviously, to everything that we did in there. The actors would be on wires, or they'd be on rolling chairs, or they'd be on these rolling platforms on their stomachs that we created. And sometimes they're miming it. Sometimes if we're in the waist up, they just learned how to float and emote at the same time, which was really hard for them.
yeah, that must be interesting. How do you learn to be in zero gravity?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. I'm gonna continue watching it. I have it on my phone, and then I'll watch it on TV because I'm intrigued. I want to see where it goes.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Hope you
All
enjoyed.
right.
Nice to
Thank
speak to
you.
you.
Nice to
Nice
meet
speaking
you.
to you too. Thank you for your
Bye.
time.